Welcome to October 2020 meeting. So when the month first started, I was like hoping it's going to be our best month ever. You know, all the signs were there. Because last year, October 2019 was the best month for the whole year last year. And it was 31 days, there's no holidays, there's like 5 Saturdays, and Cali was coming back. I was like, this is perfect. With a new ad coming up, we're gonna have our best month ever. And we did. So yeah, let's congratulate ourselves. Part of it is like, we did it, you know, I should be super happy really, because that's a huge accomplishment for us to be our best month ever. But part of me is like, we just kind of did it, you know? It wasn't like, I was hoping like we were just gonna like murder last, you know, the best month ever. We just did it by 1,000. You know what we ended up with? 260, yeah. And thanks for Ali's last sale, actually. You know, Bristol West was actually down, and it came out Saturday, so we did it on one day and we counted it for, so we like kind of did it like, you know, it wasn't like we just really did it, but I have to say that, you know, looking back, I've been in business for 13 years. There's just, you know, Laura could share with me too, that there's been so many months we've gone through, you know, all these months, like this month, that month, like look back, like, you know, we had this happened that month. Like if I go back 13 years and for last month to be our best month ever, I think that's something that we should all be proud of. So I'm very happy, and still know that, you know, we haven't even, I'm very sure that we haven't gotten anywhere close to our potential. That's why I'm like, I have mixed emotions, but at the end of the day, it was our best month ever, and we did it with this team. So let's give it up for ourselves again. All right, so I want to go over some of the highlights, okay? Some of the highlights for last month is Maria came back. Okay, Maria came back on 10/20. That was an important week for us because that was the week Blanca had to miss due to family emergency. So she came back at the perfect timing. I feel like our team is finally like fully back. You know, like this, like Callie was gone for most of the year, and then Maria was gone. So now I feel like we have our team back. So I feel like stronger than ever. So I'm very happy about that. We also made that video. Okay, that's doing really well. Okay, that's gonna keep us busy for a while. We're gonna make a new video this month too. So I'm gonna keep it going with the marketing. Okay, I wanna keep it really busy here, because I don't want to wait till that one gets old and then, you know, I want to have multiple marketing campaigns going on. So be ready for that. I got the new polo shirts ordered. Okay, so I'm looking forward to doing that. But that was a big part of my month. You know, that was a lot of planning, and that was a lot of, you know, and it came out really good. I'm really happy the way it came out. So that was a huge, you know, project I was working on personally. That's, you know, a highlight of last month too. We also had 2 birthday celebrations, Laura and Ale. So October was fun for that. Jay, so everybody in this office actually had something going on. Jay had her 1-year anniversary too. So that's always fun, birthdays and 1-year work anniversary. And then the Halloween contest was a success too. And congratulations to Diana for winning that one. So a lot of, you know, sometimes we need to look back and like in just a span of a month, what we got done and what we experienced. Is kind of good to like, you know, remember what happened there. Okay, so great month. So I want to get into the recognition stuff, okay? So people that had a great month that I want to recognize, we have a new most payments and most hours winner, okay? 83 payments, 103% attendance. So, you know, when you have your insurance license, you get sales, and, you know, your hustle determines your salary. I talk about that all the time, but when you don't have that, you got to find different ways to make money. I try to provide that in different ways, but really, just the thing I want to establish, the foundation, is your work ethic. You know, you got to have a good work ethic, because once you have your license, what good is it if you don't have a good work ethic? So just like, you know, others have done before that you get your license, you got to just be here every day. You know, you got to pick up the calls, and those are the type of things that makes results, and those are the signs I look for, is how hard you can work. And Diana really stood out in those 2 categories to be winning both categories as new as she is. It's great signs for future things to come. So I really want to appreciate and give recognition to Diana this month. All right, and we have a couple of agents that had their best month ever. Okay, so it was our best month ever. So you kind of assume some agents had their best month ever too. So one of the agents that had their best month ever is Jay. Congratulations, at 11,000. So someone who's still getting better and better, and someone that we're expecting actually to step up their game. And I'll talk to you guys why, because you have the closing shift because that's something that, but to see, progress is really all I can ask for. Because once I start people going the wrong way, then I get worried. But when I see someone going the right direction, still learning every day, thanks to Ale, and then them helping each other out, it's a beautiful thing to see. So hopefully we could talk about, hey, it was the best month ever, many times in a row. And then another person that who had their best month ever, this agent came back from maternity leave. You got to think about how tough it is when you come back and you just have to transfer out your calls. You don't have no priority. You're not at 25,000. You start from zero. No leads that you were working on previously. So it's her first full month back. And I think other agents have done it before too. When you don't have priority, you have to climb your way back up. But for her to have her best month ever without priority, without even at 25,000, she made a lot of outbound calls. Like her stats, I know what to expect from her because I have a lot of data, because she's been here for 4 years. But her numbers as far as outbound phone calls is like so much higher than like what I'm usually expected to. So maybe because she was at home stuck for 8 months, she came back with a lot of energy, and she made a whole bunch of calls, and we put on a program where she could get sales by calling out people, and that's not easier than incoming calls. So she hustled and made calls, and I hear her doing the follow-ups all the time, really focused in. So I'm really happy about the result and really excited about having another solid salesperson at our office, a closer that I always thought she could be, and to be able to do 33,000 on her first full month back, it's great signs for us. So let's get up for Kalia. All right, so the third place winner. It was a challenging month for this agent. With the loss of a family member, she was only able to work 3 weeks. But during those 3 weeks that she was here, she absolutely worked her butt off. Even with only 3 weeks working here, she still led the team in the most phone calls. And she also had the most hours on the phone too. And still was able to finish in the top 3. Because the last week she was here, she just went off that last week and still finished in the top 3. So another great month for her work ethic and still be able to make out the best of the month and not giving up. I just want to give it up for Blanca. And most importantly, I'm very happy to see her happy and being herself and ready to finish out the year strong. So great results from her. All right. And then we have the second place finisher. We have her at 56,000. She had the third best month of 2020. And for the whole year, she's averaging 54,000 for the whole year. Okay, so 50 is a big number, but that's what she's averaging, 54,000. Amazing. Second in sales, second in attendance, third in calls, third in phone calls. She made $48 an hour. And sometimes, the problem with being so consistent is that when you're so consistent, you kind of like, people start maybe taking you for granted because you're just so consistent. It's like, oh, what's the difference? It's like, that's what we can expect. But that's the great thing about me looking at the numbers and doing these meetings, is that it gives me a chance to appreciate and realize how consistent it is, so I don't overlook and take it for granted, because I really appreciate her consistent energy and her results. Let's get up for Jasmine. All right, and for the Agent of the Month, this was one of the most amazing months ever. It was her second best month ever in the history of her being here for 8 years. Had a birthday celebration, so that was well deserved. So, taking off a couple days in the beginning of the month. So, with, birthday celebrations, so it ended up being a well deserved, all excused absences. So her attendance was at 80%. So that means how much she did while she was here was just so amazing. There was 1 week when actually Blanca was out, when I was like, okay, I know someone's gonna blow up, because that's a lot of calls and leads that someone's got to do, or because the lead volume was, I knew someone was gonna explode. Like, someone has to have a big month for us, And for that 1 week, she did 24,000 in just 1 week.
How much?
24,000. What also was amazing was in business premium, she did 24,000 in business premium. 2 life policies. She averaged out to $66 an hour. And she's off to another amazing start for this month too, because 12,000 in 1 day yesterday. So November, she's not stopping. just the Unbelievable Monster Month for our top agent, Laura Martinez. Great job, Laura. So yeah, we're on the right track. I love our team, okay? But since we're having a meeting, I still want to talk to you guys about something you guys could take out of this meeting and apply it to you guys. You know, I want recognition is great, it feels good, and it's very important for me to do that because I truly appreciate you guys' effort. But I also want to talk about, okay, how can I help you? Like, how can you guys make more money, right? So I want to give you guys 3 keys today. Okay, 3 keys that if you guys will implement, it will guarantee you guys will make more money here. Okay, and I want to make it easy for you guys to know what these 3 keys are. So I am calling it the 3 C's because they all start with the C. The keys to success. Okay, some of these might be easy. So who wants to take a guess on what one of the C's is?
Calls.
What was that? Commitment. There it is. Okay. Who else says something?
Calls.
Calls. Yeah, you gotta make calls. Okay, but that's kind of like a specific action. Like these are like more big, like, you know, macro like point of views. Like
Consistency.
Okay, let's start off with commitment. Okay, commitment. Why is that, you think, important, Laura? You just didn't waste a second and you said that.
Because if you're not committed to yourself, you're not going to be committed to your job.
Yeah, you kind of like owe it to yourself, right? You got to be committed to yourself. Like some people are like committed to their friends. Obviously, you know, we're committed as parents if you're a parent, you know, but it's like, well, don't you think you should be committed to yourself and your money? You know, that's like one of the things that makes sense to be committed to, but it's kind of crazy that a lot of people aren't even committed to themselves or to their job. So that's number 1. What else do I want to share to you guys about commitment? Well, I can tell you guys, I'm committed to you guys, right? If I hire you guys, I'm committed. Like I'm committed to giving you guys the opportunity to work for a better future. I can't give it to you guys, but I give you the opportunity to work for it. That's a big difference, you know. You guys have to work for it. I can't give it to you, but I'm committed to you guys' future. Now, commitment works in a lot of, the interesting about commitment is like once I give commitment to somebody, you could get that back. And I want to show you guys how being committed comes back to you guys. Because once you're committed, right? And what are some examples of being committed to work? Yeah. Just showing up, you know, respecting your schedule, right? Just like, this is my schedule, I'm gonna respect it. You know, if there's some reason I can't make it, I'm gonna show, you know, remorse, I'm gonna communicate, I'm gonna do the right things to let you guys, let me know that, hey, I'm sorry, you know, I can't be here due to these reasons, I'm always gonna be okay with it, but you have to respect your schedule, right? What else?
Be trustworthy?
Be trustworthy, yeah. You know, someone I could depend on, you know, someone, you know, that I could trust. Those are great ways to show commitment. Other things are like longevity, you know, I mean, 5 years, you know, that's commitment right there. It's like, okay, we got people next year, 5 years, 5 years, 5 years, you know, that shows commitment, right? Being just straight up, just being here for a long period of time. Other ways are gonna be like, hey, Dan talked about this, he's talking about teamwork, okay, I'm gonna apply that, you know, oh, he talked about this during the reviews, okay, I'm gonna apply that. Oh, he needs somebody to stay, you know, late or this or Saturday. He asked me, like, commitment. It's like when you show commitment to me and to the agency, what that does for you is that it puts me in a situation where even though I'm like this already, but it'll put me in a situation where I'm like, okay, well, this person is so freaking committed. 8 years, 5 years, she, you know, giving me her services to work hard and not only obviously make money for yourself, but to also make money for the agency. You put me in a situation where I'm like, okay, well, I gotta figure something out for this person. Like, I'm almost feel guilty. I'm like, okay, well, I gotta give this person more opportunity because she's so committed. You know, only a screwed up person would be like someone committed to you and then just take advantage of that, you know? I would be in a situation, well, I gotta get more leads for this person. This person's so committed. I gotta get more creative. I gotta figure out something. I gotta help her out. So the way you get more, the more commitment, it's an interesting way it works. And that's where a lot of people struggle is they just can't commit. And that's why they're expecting like, why is my job not giving anything back to me? Well, you're not committed to it, so there's no obligation for the employer to give more back to that person. So when you commit more, that's gonna put me in a situation where as a normal, you know, natural human reaction for me to be like, okay, shoot, I gotta do something for this person. This person's going all out for me, I gotta go all out for that person. And I feel like I'm committed. And if you're not committed, it goes the other way, you know? You know, it's just there just wasn't any that's lack of commitment. That's what happens, right? It's not, if you're an hour late all the time, you're missing work, and you're just telling me like that day. It's like that's, it's not the first time. I don't know. You guys look a little shocked, but we've been through before. But yeah, it's that's the opposite way of what could happen when the commitment's not there. Okay, so commitment. I'll tell you guys. Keep it. The more committed you guys are, I'm committed back. Okay, and that's what's gonna make our display stronger place to be, and it's gonna result in better things when you show commitment. Okay, so number 2, I think Jay said it.
What she couldn't say.
Yeah.
Thanks for pointing it out.
But, no, you said it, but I just wanted to go over commitment first.
No, but she's saying I couldn't say it. I was like, okay, thanks for pointing that out.
Oh yeah, what did you say?
She stuttered when she was trying
Pronounce.
to say it.
Yeah, she was trying to say it. She stuttered it.
All right, try again.
I don't know. I can spell
Okay,
it.
someone help her out. Consistency. All right. Why is that important?
Because you can't be like one big yes, one big no.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really what it is. Like, it's kind of, anyone could have a great sales day. Like, anyone could have even a great month. It's just like, you wake up and your body's not in pain. You're like, if your family's all healthy and there's no coronavirus and there's no election, stress. And it's like everything's going fine. It's like pretty easy, but life doesn't work that way, right? Some days you're sick, or some days you got family drama, like someone's maybe stole your policy and you're kind of pissed off about that. It's like, who could still come and deliver when things aren't going well? That's what makes a difference. And this is something that I discovered, because I was doing an interview, and I was like, man, what do you think sets you apart? I was like, man, because I don't think so, but they were like, you're one of the best. You're one of the best. Like, why are you one of the best? Like, what do you think makes you one of the best? I was like, well, that's kind of weird. So I just had to sit there in that split moment because of the interview. I was like thinking, like, what is it? Like, was I a best salesperson? Like, was I a best leader? Like, I wasn't when I first started. Like, I couldn't even standing here and talking to you guys, I would be like so nervous. I couldn't do that in the beginning. Like, what made me get to this point? And I figured it out. Like, I guess I was consistent. I'm consistently consistent. Like, me and Diana were talking about it. It was kind of funny, but ever since she's been working here, there hasn't been an hour where I haven't been at my desk. I am always here. I always show up, and no matter what's happening, I still have to make it to work and deliver for us. I haven't taken a single day off. I work Saturdays, every single Saturday this whole year, and Sundays, at least 3 hours on Sundays. But consistency is what really separates, because everybody is going to have certain you got to have certain type of skill, but to be able to do it every single day, talk about consistency, Laura, 37 or 38 months in a row, that's what takes it on a level. And the consistency is what actually makes you better, because I wasn't that great at sales, or I wasn't that great of a leader, or I wasn't that great of, at whatever I guess I'm doing, or marketing or whatever. I just wasn't, but the consistency is what gets you better. And that's a challenge for a lot of people. It's easy to do it when everything's going right. But when things are hard, when things aren't working right, can you still show up and can you still get the job done? And I think that's one thing that I really pride myself. And I think I pride, a lot of you guys for showing the results, because if you look at the charts and who's doing well, we just talked about it, Jazz, we just talked about it, Laura. Consistency is what separates people. All right, let me see if I just didn't miss anything that I want to mention. All right, number 3 is a hard one. I haven't really talked about this one yet.
Culture.
Well, you took forever last time to figure that one out.
No, I don't want to make, okay. There's gonna be more than 3 then.
4?
Yeah, we talked about that, so that I shouldn't say that's not as important, because culture, what are the 2 things when it comes to culture? Culture of what?
What was your question?
What are the culture, what type of culture?
Get along with everybody.
Teamwork, number 1, and number 2?
Makes the dream work.
Yeah, and number 2, culture of teamwork and
culture of like building a relationship?
Customer service.
Or-
Yeah. Teamwork and customer service, that's the culture, right? We're always gonna be that way. That's like not like one person, a habit, or like every so often we feel like doing it. Culture is something that's just how we are. We have a culture of good teamwork, we have a culture of good customer service. So that's a refresh of last month's meeting. But number 3, another one that starts with a C that I haven't talked about, but if you have this, guarantee you guys will make money. Some of you guys already have it, some of you guys may struggle with it, but strengthening it will help you guys. Courage, I'll put it number 5. Courage is probably more for me. You know, courage, I have to like take risks. I have to like hire somebody, might lose money on that. I might make a new advertising campaign that might not work. It takes a lot of courage for me to spend the money that I am to see if it comes back or not. So courage is a lot of times more for business or for salespeople too, because sometimes, you know, you're taking a lower base for higher, you know, potential. So there does take a little bit of courage to be in sales. But another word I'm looking for. What type of salespeople? This is something that salespeople have. All great salespeople have this. It's kind of similar to the word belief, but it would be hard for you guys to guess it. Like believe in yourself, but it starts with a C.
Confidence is not on her.
Confidence is very close to confidence. It's very close to confidence. You know what? You could say you have it, but it's maybe just a different word of saying all these things. Okay. What does that mean?
Be confident in like what you're selling.
Yeah. Yeah. Great salespeople they're certain about what they're selling. You're transferring that energy. Like, I think you should get this. This coverage is important. The salespeople that are weak are the ones that are doubtful. Like, this might be a little expensive for you, huh? You're like doubting yourself, right? Certainty, this is just we're just talking about sales right now, but the more certain, I mean, talk about Laura and Jazz, like they sound sure. The way they talk is just like, I think you should get this. And it's like you're transferring that certainty. The sales, it's like they're not gonna give you the credit card unless they're certain they should. So once you're certain, you sound certain, and it takes time, and that's where experience and knowledge of insurance helps. But once you sound certain, they're gonna give you so much more confidence to do business with you because no one wants to buy something where the other person's not certain. So transferring that energy of certainty over the phone to that person, that's gonna result in more closes. Okay? So if you guys are doing sales and you're in a situation, just try to think like, how certain do I sound? Do I sound a little weak? Do I sound a little like timid? Like, do you think like, oh, okay, well, maybe you should think about it? Or like, are you saying things that are like kind of like giving them doubts? Giving them that certainty, okay? And certainty helps in a lot of different ways too. Certainty also helps, like I bet if you're a top closer, you walk into the office, you're like certain that you're gonna close the deal today. You know, if you walk into the office, you're like, what's gonna happen today? I'm not sure what's gonna happen today. It's gonna be a good day, it's gonna be a bad day, I don't really know, but let's see what happens today. You know, a good salesperson gonna walk into the office, I can say it's gonna be a good day, I'm gonna kill this today. You know, that certainty when you walk into the office just is gonna transfer all over. Now, are you certain that this is the right place to be? Am I the right boss for you? Those are even some times it's the right certainty that you may need to have to lead to commitment. And when you're certain that you're good at sales, you're gonna work harder too. Because if you're not certain if you're good at sales, like, am I good at sales? Like, do I know what I'm doing? Then you're not gonna even work hard because like, what's the point of working hard if you're not gonna get the results? So you have to like, this is like, you know, kind of like 101 basic, like, you know, gotta believe in yourself kind of stuff. You know, kind of getting there like, to that zone where it's like, yo, you gotta do the work still, but you do have to believe in yourself. You do have to believe, and this has happened in so many different ways for me. Like when I first started 13 years ago, I was like certain, like, I don't care how long it takes, we're gonna be the top agency, one of the top agencies. You know, when I hire somebody, you know, and I'm like, okay, I'm certain she's gonna be able to make more money. I'm certain I'm gonna be able to do this. I'm certain, like, that the belief is gonna transfer into what you're gonna get done. So I just want you guys to know that, hey, certainty, have more certainty, okay? Have more certainty that good things are gonna happen, because that doubt is really like what stops a lot of people. when you just feel like, hey, like maybe I can't do it, maybe this is, it's like, let's just maybe just say plain and simple, like the most certain wins. And the most doubtful are the ones that lose, because they just don't even believe in themselves. If you don't believe in yourself, like who else is gonna believe in you? You know, so just be more certain that if you're here, that means I'm committed to you. I'm certain you guys have a bright, better future. So hopefully I could transfer that certainty to you guys so you can be more certain that you guys are gonna be doing great things. All right? So yeah, those are the 3 C's. Hopefully 4 C's. There's probably more maybe, but 3 C's I wanna talk to you guys about today. All right, I wanna make it pretty easy. So be committed, okay, be consistent, be certain. And yeah, we're gonna finish out the year strong. You know, 2020 was, you know, it's kind of an interesting year. I mean, it's a super challenging year. You know, it was a great year actually for some of us. You could say it was an amazing year. I personally could say it's the best business year of my life, but I have empathy, and it was a challenging year. And for me too, there's a lot of stress going around. Like, should I be working from here? Should I be working from whole house? Like, what should I be doing here with this? Like, what in this situation? It was like, you know, people are out and like, you know, family, and like, it's just been a crazy year. Has it, right?
Yeah.
It has been a crazy year, right? But we came this far and we're having an amazing year. Okay, we're having an amazing year. And a lot of people are like, oh, I can't wait till 2020 is done. Like, I'm over this year. This year was crap. Like,
It's not like coronavirus is gonna be over like January 1st.
right? Yeah, I don't think they give a damn about the calendar. But it's like, why make it this far? And then we still have 60 days to get shit done. And we're just gonna be like, oh, let's just take it easy. This year was just crap. You know, let's just wait for next year, reset. No, we have 60 days. 60 days, you can get a lot done. You know, and right now, it's not the time for us to crumble. And I just want us to, you know, finish the year strong and really have an amazing year. Keep it going, because I don't want to take it easy. A lot of agencies and places will do that. You know, they call holiday mode. But I like to stay in hustle mode because I'm committed to you guys. All right? I'm going to be consistent as fuck. Okay? December 31st all the way to the end. I'm gonna be here freaking every single day, okay? And January 1st, trust me, I'm gonna be thinking of a new video or something like that at my house. So I'm gonna be consistent, okay? And I'm certain that you guys are gonna have a better future. All right? So yeah, let's get it.